Groundbreaking for a new community center and library in the village of Denmark taking place today. The building will offer things like a fitness center and business community meeting spaces and rental spaces as well, plus a community pantry and a whole lot more. This is a project that's been years in the making, and residents provided input about what should be included in the space to meet their community's needs, and officials listened.
I think libraries aren't just books. I think libraries are stories. And I think libraries help our residents and our communities write those stories for themselves. Is going to be a place where kids can walk to after school. They can become inspired to be an artist, a poet.
One Denmark, the organization behind this project, purchased that building for $1 last year. They've raised $4 million in grants to help cover some of the costs of this project. $2 million still needed. If you'd like to donate, we do have a link to One Denmark's website on our website, wbay.com/links.